Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tim, and today I'm continuing my playthrough of Silent War 2.0 with the IJN expansion. Campaign number 3, Turning the Tide. Getting ready to start week 4 of March 1944. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump right into the action here with our war event phase. You may recall last week we had the conclusion of the Aleutian Islands campaign as our war event, so we're still in the process of getting all those S-boats sent back for training duty. But let's see if we get one this week. So we're going to roll both of our dice. If the black die is a 0 to 3, then the white die will tell us which event it is. And it is not. Nothing to do for torpedo improvement at this point, so we'll move on to the intelligence and weather event phase, starting with our ultra roll. So a 9. We've had that quite a number of times. Sea of Japan and North Philippine Sea. We've already got 4 subs up there in the Sea of Japan, so that'll be nice. And North Philippine Sea is a good one as well. All right, yeah, as I was setting the game back up, I had torn it down because we had a family game day over the weekend. And I noticed I've got a lot of subs out on patrol this week, so I'm hoping we have a really big week. All right, for the weather phase, again, we're still in March, so no roll for the weather. We'll start doing that again next week once we enter April. All right, so that will conclude the strategic segment and take us to the R segment. Submarine reinforcement, nothing to do there. Everyone that was due to come back this month is already back, and we will have some new subs coming out next month, and some more that will be being withdrawn. All right, ready submarine phase. So all of our ship side or pier side go ready for sea. I'm hoping we get at least one of these from Pearl Harbor to join these two guys, because we weren't able to put a Wolfpack out last week, unfortunately, and our one that we had out got disbanded. So we're going to go another week with no Wolfpack operating. Hopefully we can rectify that. All right, let's start over here with our tenders. Speaking of which, I need to make sure. I forgot to double check. I always forget when I set this back up, which one the Sperry is in and which one the Fulton's in. So let me make sure I got those right before we continue. All right, yes, they are correct. Okay, so at the Fulton, we have the Billfish needing a 5 or less. And he passes. Ready for sea. Then no one at the Sperry, actually, and then the Bushnell has the Rasher needing a 5 or less. Nope. The Sea Dragon needs a 4 or less. He made it. And the Cisco needs a 5 or less. No. All right, and then no one to check at Fremantle, so just these two at Pearl Harbor. We have the Grayling with Grider +1 as a super skipper, and I would love to get him in the Wolfpack. That would be awesome. So they're going to need a 5 or less. No, darn it. All right, well, it's up to the Ray, 5 or less. Yes. All right. Good. I'm going to go ahead and put this on here now. because they're going to form a wolf pack when they come out. All right, that's it for the ready phase. So we got a few repairs to check on here. The silver sides at Fremantle is in repair box 1, so they need a 7 or less to move out of there. And they get it. And at Pearl Harbor, we have the Angler needing an 8 or less to get out of repair box 1. Perfect. And then we have the Rattan and the Redfin, both needing a 6 or less to move into repair box 1. So we'll do the black die for the Rattan, white die for the Redfin. And the Rattan makes it out, the Redfin does not. Okay, that will take us to prep for operations. So we just need to move everybody up to the operating section of their respective op areas. Make sure we don't forget anybody this time. I think I did that a couple weeks ago. There's all of our S boats. Trying to get back to Pearl Harbor. We also have one down here. I think this one is the S44. Yeah, I got the double RTB markers on them to remind me that they're being withdrawn and not just returning to base. Okay. That will take us to the operations segment. So, speaking of those subs being withdrawn, we've got, I think it's 5 of them up here in the Aleutian Islands. They're going to be moving down to Pearl Harbor, but they're not moving through any red box op areas, so transit event checks are not an issue. So I'm just going to move all 5 of them. Boop. And they are now out of the game. Relegated to training duty. Give me a sec here to get all these RTB markers put back. And they'll go over with the removed / sunk submarines that are no longer in play. All right. And then we also have the S44, and I think technically, according to the rules, they can just go back to any base, but I think thematically it makes more sense for them to return to Pearl Harbor. So I'm just going to have them start making their way there. I think they can stay down in these no red box areas to stay safe. And then they'll be able to make it up to Pearl Harbor next week. All right, what else do we got here? We have well, up here we have the Tarpon, who was our culprit in causing our Wolfpack to be disbanded last week, failing his endurance check. I think we'll just send him back to the Sperry. No transit event check needed for that. I think Bushnell's pretty full. I think we might, well, we know, let's do this one next, I guess. These guys tried to get into the Fulton last time and were unable to, so they have to go back to Pearl Harbor and then roll for their damage. Nice. Now it's superficial. We'll just go straight to the broom box. And then over here, so we just got these three areas here. So I think since the Fulton gives or the Sperry, I mean, gives access to the Sea of Japan. I kind of like to reserve that for the better subs up there. We got a couple here that are damaged. Below, actually 2 Belaus here. So yeah, I think maybe they got to go through here though to do that. So I think maybe we'll move. So what are we going to do with those guys? We need these. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 of those there too. We need them to come down into the Empire Pacific. I guess maybe even the Sea of Japan. Got a little bit of a crowding issue here off the east coast of Japan here. You know what, I'm just going to send all 3 of these over to the Fulton. I mean, technically they could go down to the Bushnell too, but they've already got 5 there. I guess they could take another. I may send this guy there though, the sailfish. Yeah, we're just going to send these 3 over here to the Marshall Islands. Again, technically they move one at a time, but there's no transit event issues here, so the Haddo can go in without question. It's the Fulton, right? Yeah. These 2 will have to roll for their damage, so we'll start with the, who is that, the Apogon. Superficial result, nope. So they will have to sail on. And then the Batfish. They're good to go. All right. They can go in there. Okay. So that leaves these 2 up here. We're going to have these guys in the Yellow Sea. The Kingfish, they're just going to come down through the East China Sea to the Marianas. Only 1 red box along the route there. Well, although they did leave the Yellow Sea, so I guess they do have to roll. So they have -1 for being on transit side, but +1 for leaving the Yellow Sea. So it's going to be a straight roll for a transit event check. 1 red box there. So just a 9. Good to go. And then we're going to move. 1, 2, 3. They got 4 there, but these guys can actually move through the Marianas over to the South Philippine Sea. To get into the Bushnell. All right, that is everyone that's returning. So now we can start doing all these patrols. And I guess we might as well start up here with the Sea of Japan, see how things go. If we lose a sub, don't want that to happen obviously, but if we happen to, then that would open up a spot for one of these guys to come over. So we'll do it first. So we've got the Bang, search and contact with the +1 since it's an ultra area. Ooh, 9-8. That's going to be a high density, actually 10-8 technically. high density task force. All right, maybe we can get some big tonnage going here right off the bat. We're going to add one to each of these, so it's going to be 2, 3, 3, 5. All right, here's what we've got. We are going to set up in column D and hopefully go after some big fish. All right, we're going to go cautious. We're flipping 3. Ooh, we got the BB Issei again. And we're in the Sea of Japan, so we are allowed to find any battleship here. I think even the 68 kiloton ones can be found here this time of year. No, actually they can't. So if we do get a Yamato class, we're not allowed to find them in the Sea of Japan. But any other any other battleship we can, including the BB Issei. Let's try this one. Ooh, another battleship. Excellent. And it is the Haruna. And again, I really hate this, but I can see that those are offset, and I think I'm going to avoid those because of that. I can't unthink that now. So, all right, well, that's a cruiser, which they have none of. So if I remember correctly, it just goes away and nothing replaces it. I'm not sure why I'm looking it up. I know that's the fact. We've just had this happen a couple times recently. SW set counter. No replacement is drawn. SW set counters returned to the cup. Expended TDC markers placed on it are removed and ignored. So, yep, that just goes away, and we just have the 2 battleships then. All right. Let's see what we can do here. These 2. And if those both turn out to be positive, we'll have to go after something else. So I'm thinking maybe this one and come on, stick them together. That one. All right, -2. Would have liked that over here. Maybe we'll get something better. Nope. Ah, there we go. Alrighty. We have a chance here. So we're an 8. They're an 8. -3 makes them a 5. So we need a 3 or less. Well, let's start this week off with a bang here. Literally. Because, you know, it's the bang. Alright, bad joke. Yes, oh look at that. 0-9. Boom! And the bang does start off with a bang. Sinking the BB Haruna. 32,000 tons. Over to the bag of shame / pile of shame. and one ship. And 32,000 tons. So 1, 2, 3. And this is going to roll it over. 1, 2. Nice. Let's see if we can get the other one. Unfortunately, I think they're probably going to get some help now. Unless we get really lucky here. So we're going to have to flip over at least one of those. There's no counterattack, so reattack, yes. We'll remain cautious. And we're going to have to do one of them anyway. Let's start here, I guess. Okay, it's a destroyer. Let's see what it is. Don't think. I don't know. Do we risk? Yeah, I think we risk on flipping it if it's a bad one anyway. If it's 1 or less, then I'll probably settle for it. But no, that's a 2. Shiratsuyu. So we're going to unflip him. Which means now we have to flip all 3 of these. Ooh. Another battleship. Awesome. The Musashi. Oh, but that's one of the... That's a Yamato class, so... That one does not get to stay, unfortunately. And let's see what the disposition of that is. If drawn outside the indicated water, simply remove the counter and return to the IJN set BB pile. No ship is drawn in its place, and any assigned TDC is lost. So it just goes away, unfortunately. And then, so that's our first flip. We got to do these 2. Okay, cruiser, again, they don't have any, so that just goes away. And a destroyer, okay. Hopefully this one will only be a half or a 1. Whoops. Well, this one popped out of the bowl, so we'll use it. And it is indeed a half. Excellente. Alright, so we're basically in the same situation because we get a +1 for, or the TDC, I should say, gets a -1, but then we've got an additional +1 from that destroyer. So I guess technically if I draw a -3, it doesn't get the -1. I guess there's a chance if neither of these end up being possible solutions, we may have to target that guy. Ooh, yuck. Come on. Ah, oh, darn it. Needed that one up there. Well, let's see. It's going to be close. Actually, I don't think we got it. Because this becomes a 0. So he's an 8 + 1 is 9. We're an 8. So, yeah, no shot. Boo. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. So we do have a shot at him because this is a +1 now. Right, 5 + 1 for being over a column is 6. 1/2 ASW rounded up is 7. +1 is 8, and we're 8. So I'm taking a shot at the destroyer there, needing a 0. I mean, technically, I guess we could target the other one, but I'm just concerned if that ends up flipping over to be a diligent. That would be nasty. Yeah, we'll just take our chances here. Nope, no such luck. All right, this time they do get a counterattack, so half rounds up to 1. 2 red boxes, 3 for the war period is 6. We have 5 defense, so they'll be on the 1 to 2 row. +1 for reattack round, -1 for cautious posture. So straight roll on the 1 to 2. 0-0, nice. All right. So we got away with it. Endurance check. We're going to need a 7 or less. Got it. Wow, that's 3 zeros in a row there. All right. Very good. Next up, let's see if the Parsh can do something similar. Search and contact with a +1. 4, 6. So that's going to be a low density, large convoy. And so it'll be 3-3-2-2. All right, 1 no solution here, which we know is evading, at least until we redo the mix next week. You know what? Let's just try our luck over here again. We will go cautious. Okay. Auxiliary. We've only got 4 of these left, so we're going to roll for it. Well, 4, oh, and actually 3, because it can't be the Michael. We'll do 0 to 2, 3 to 5, etc. So that's going to be the middle one. The Goyo Maru. And then let's do this one. Ooh, not good. All right, we are cautious though, so we can potentially unflip it if we can roll well enough. It's the Suzukaze. So he becomes a 5. So we need to roll greater than a 5. Since we're a cautious posture, we get to try to nullify their diligent status. Yes, nice. So now they actually have -1 ASW, so it's 4. But then because they're non-diligent now, we can unflip them. I'll leave that there to show that it was a red ball on the back. Well, it doesn't matter. We're not gonna. We would have to flip it over anyway, just because of how few ships there are. So we're definitely not sticking around for this one. All right, so we got to do both of these then. Cruiser, they don't have any, so that goes back to the cup. And a combat event. Okay, well, that's interesting. Tonnage doubled would be nice here. 7. No, I think tonnage doubled is 6. I think 7 is a bad one. Counterattack combat, although in this case it doesn't really have any effect because there is not going to be any counterattack. All right, so it's just us and the oiler there. We'll see if we can get him down and then get out of Dodge. Ooh, don't want to see that on him. Okay, that's all right. All right, so he's a -1. We're an 8, so that's an auto hit. And we just have to roll for 6,000 tons. We need at least a 3 to sink it. So looking for a 3 on the white die. Doesn't matter what the black die is. Oh yeah, big time. So the Parsh, although not quite as good as the Bang's performance, does come away with something. The AO Goyo Maru, 6,000 tons. Over to the pile of shame and rack it up. One ship, 6,000 tons will take us to there. As we already mentioned, there's no counterattack. If there was, it would have already happened because of the event, and then we are leaving. So we need a 7 or less to stay around. Oh, come on. Hate to have to get out of the Sea of Japan after we pay that stiff penalty to get up there. All right, the Halibut. Search and contact with a +1. 8-0. It's going to be a high density small convoy. 433. Okay, a couple of no solutions here. Too fast and Sea Swell. Well, I'm thinking we just go column A here. You know what? Let's just go aggressive. Okay. See some split shot opportunities there. See what this one is. Okay. And boom. All right. Yeah, I was afraid of that. I think we might just settle for that though. Let's see what it is. If it's a 3, I might consider not, but hopefully it's a little baby one like that's depicted there. Nope. It's the Yamagumo, a 2. It's a tough decision. Yeah, let's take a chance. Just threw that back in, which I shouldn't have done. So we're going to unflip it. See what this is. Oh, good. Perfect. Light cruiser, which they do have a few of those left. In fact, they have 4, so we'll roll for it. Top to bottom, 0 to 1, 2 to 3, etc. 8 needs to be rolled 1. This will be the top one, the Kashii. Little baby one. All right. Let's see what we can make happen here. We'll go 3 for 3. You know what? Well, I mean, I think we're probably gonna have a shot at something here, but I'm just thinking maybe instead of this one, we target over here. So that if we include that one in there, what we go after, we could potentially prevent a counterattack. +1, +2, come on. -1 there, that's good. And a +3, yuck. Well, this might just be going after this one. Well, let's figure them out, and then we'll see if we want to split something up here. So we've got, these are all -1s because we're aggressive. So this is a 0. So 1 + 1 is 2. We're an 8, so that's a 6. The 2 hit, we'd actually hit on a 7 or less. This is a +1, so 2 + 1 + 1 is 4. That's a 4 for the 2 hit number. 4 + 1 + 1 is 6, -2 is a 4, so that's also a 4 for the 2 hit. And 2, remember, we can't use the targeting and escort rule on this guy because he's not a DD or a DE. So 2 + 1 + 1 is 4, +2 is 6, so he's a 2. Yeah, I don't see a good split shot opportunity here. I'd like to see him in the 6+ range to do that. So we're just going to go after the cruiser there. So we're going to need a 5 or less. And there it is, but what is the 2 going to do for us? 2 becomes 3. 3,000 tons, that's just enough to sink it. So the halibut. Pen's giving out on me here. Gets the CL Kashii. 3,000 tons. Another one for the pile of shame. 3,000 tons. 1, 2, 3. Rolls this over. And then 1 ship. All right, we do have a counterattack. Half rounds up to 1. 2 red boxes, 3 for the war period. Makes 6. And we have 4 defense. So that's going to be the 1 to 2 row, but they get a +1 because we are aggressive. So 1 to 2 with a +1. 4 is nothing. All right, I think we re-attack. I think we stay aggressive. We know what we're up against. So it doesn't bite us. Yeah, so 4 TDCs. All right. +2, +3. Here we go again. There we go. -3 and -3. Perfect. So those are both -4s. So here we're looking at 1 plus 2.5 rounded up is 4. Minus 4 is 0. So that's an 8 for the 2-hit number, which is an automatic hit with our +1, or sorry, -1 die roll modifier. And then over here we've got, it's going to be the same except 2 fewer because they have 1 more defense and they're over a column. So they're going to be a 6 for the 2-hit. So if we want to split here, we'll probably do something like, probably rather prioritize this one since that would cut down our ASW. So if we do a 5-2 split, this becomes a 4. And we're sending 5 less here. So that becomes a 3. So hit on a 4 or less here, which is a 50% chance. Hit on a 5 or less here, which is a 60% chance. I like those odds. We'll start with this one, needing a 5 or less. Nope. And then a 4 or less. Nope. All right. So this time they have 2.5, rounds up to 3. 2 red boxes, 3 for the war period makes 8. Minus our 4 defense puts them on the 3 to 4 row with a +2 modifier this time. This could be scary. 3 to 4 with a +2. Ooh, nice. 3. Nothing. Okay. For our endurance check, we did go aggressive, so we need a 6 or less. Nope. Man. Don't like that. And our last one up there is the Picuda. Search in contact with a +1. 5-8 is going to be a moderate density task force. So 3, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we've got this one, another sea swell. And you know where we're going. Column D. Cautious posture. Let's just work our way up here from the bottom. Okay, battleship. Again, we don't want to see the Yamato class. Anything else is fine. And we got the Musashi. Darn it. Okay, 2 more. The Yamato. Bip. And another battleship. Let's, you know what, we've already pulled the Musashi and the Yamato, so I'm going to leave them out of the mix. It might be cheating a little bit, but it only makes sense if, I mean, I guess technically they weren't really there, but yeah, I guess I'll leave them in. I think that's technically how it's supposed to work by the rules, because it's not like they were there, but then you just can't target them. It's like, oh, you thought you saw them there, but they really weren't. But that could happen 3 times, I guess. Let's hope not. There we go. We got the Fuso. All right, let's see if we can make it 2 battleships in 1 week. Try the middle one over here. Hopefully we won't need it. 0 plus 2 plus 1. Come on, be negative. All right, 0 will work. Not ideal, but it's within the realm of possibility. So we're an 8, they're a 7. We need a 1 or less. Let's just roll that 0-9 again. Close. Man, that had just been a -1 or lower. Anything negative, that would have sunk it. Man, oh man. Double check my math here. There's not much to check. 7 minus 0 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. We need a 1 or less. All right. No counterattack. Let's see if we can get lucky again on the reattack. We'll stay cautious. I don't know if we're better off looking at these. Ooh, not that one. Well, actually, we have to. Right, because you got to do the rising suns before you can flip anything else. So we got to do these two. So it's probably going to make it nigh unto impossible. Oh, yeah. 7-3. Yikes. Makes them a 10. I mean, with a -3, still can be done, but even a -2. But we still got 2 more to flip. Okay, good. That's that cruiser, which they don't have any more of. And then eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's try the top one. Oh, good. All right, so back to our auxiliaries. They're down to just 2 now, not counting the Michael. So even, it's the Nagatsu Maru. Odd, it's the... see that Tsukushi Maru. And are we allowed to find that other one in the Sea of Japan? We're not. So if we get the Nagatsu Maru, it's not actually there. Let's hope for odd. Just so we have another possibility to shoot at. Obviously, we want that one, but if that becomes impossible, nice to have an alternative that we know what it is, as opposed to shooting blind at something. All right. Targeting the destroyer there, I don't think. Okay. +2, that's not good. Look at that, it's going to tempt us over to that one. Can't we just switch these? and -1. So that's a -2 now. This is a +1, so see if we even have a shot here. 3 + 1 + 3 is 7, plus another 1 is 8. So yeah, we can hit that on a 0. Here we're looking at 7 + 3 is 10, -2 is 8. So we can hit that on a 0. The choice is obvious, right? Gotta go for the battleship. Come on, 09, 09. Nope. Oh well. At least we got to try. All right, now for this big old counterattack. I think it'll be the same as last time, actually. 3 + 2 + 3 is 8, -5, so 3 to 4 row. +1 for reattack, -1 for cautious. Ooh, 7, I think, is not good. Fortunately, it's just spotted. And we will do our endurance check and then roll to see if we lose our spotted marker. So for our endurance check, we need a 7 or less. Come on, let's stay up there this time. There we go. And do we lose our spotted marker? Yes, we do. And where were those rolls earlier? For my 2 hit rolls. All right, we'll stick him underneath here. All right, so now we need to decide if we want to risk sending one of these guys into here with the congregating risk. And that means they'll be congregating risk when they leave next time. But if we don't, we're probably going to end up with congregating risk here anyway, so yeah, I think we do it. Want to risk one of our blows in there? Yeah. We'll send the Pampanito in there. So they're going to have a +2 for entering the Sea of Japan and +1 for congregating risk. So it's going to be a net +3, so 5 through 9. Yikes. Oh, I thought it was going to tip to the 3. 4-2. I think that's going to be okay. Yes, indeed. All right, so then they'll get a search and contact, but the +1 from the ultra area is negated by the -1 for congregating risk. So just a straight roll here. 9-4. High density. Small convoy. 3-2-2. All right. Oh, what am I doing? I forgot the third column. 2 more for column C. Okay, now we're ready. This one is too fast. Let's go column C. Standard posture. Okay, I don't have any cruisers left, so that goes back. And hey, look at that. 9,000-ton merchant's not too shabby. Ooh, excellent. All right, so we're looking at 2 plus 1 is 3, minus 3 is 0. So that's an 8 or less. Here we've got 2 minus 0 is a 6. So an 8 or a 6. I think we just go for the 8 and then we try to pummel that guy with aggressive posture in the re-attack round. So we need an 8 or less for the 9,000 ton merchant. Oh yeah, and 5 becomes a 6, which is plenty. So Pampanito, 9,000 ton merchant. He goes back to Cup B. We get another ship and 9,000 tons. No counterattack. Re-attack, yes. Switch to aggressive posture. Ooh, nice. So that's going to be a -4. So he's a 2 minus 4 is -2, which makes it a 10. For the 2-hit number, we hit on an 11 or less. I think it's safe to say that's an automatic hit. And we do need to get at least a 2 to sink it. Anything will damage it, but we need at least a 2 to sink it. Add another 1,000 tons to that, making an even 10 for the Pampanito. So one more 1,000 tons. We'll move this up, and one more ship. Let's see, that puts us at 589 ships for 2,690,000 tons, or 80,000 tons, sorry. 2,680,000. Okay, again, there is no counterattack. So we, back in the right cup. All right, we did go aggressive, so our endurance check will need to get a 6 or less. Yes, nice. At least we got 3 that are gonna stay up there next turn. Okay, I think next we move down here to the Empire Pacific and pull all those guys out of the Curl Islands into there. So we'll start with the Gole. Transit event check, only a 9. And then search and contact. No modifiers now. 8-0 will be a moderate density small convoy. 3, 2, 1. Blast off. All right, I think we're going to start here in column B. We'll go standard posture. Let's take a look at these 3 red balls first. Auxiliary is going to be either the Tsukushi Maru or the Nigitsu Maru. We'll do the same even odd thing. So even for Nigitsu, odd for Tsukushi. This time we can find the Nigitsu here, but we got this one anyway. And then let's see what this one is. Well, we know what that's going to be, the other one. And just to confirm, we're in the Empire Pacific, and right there, first choice is one of the areas those can be discovered in. We'll do this for our third. Well, now they're out, so this just goes away. And our fourth, let's go with one of these, because we know they can't be diligence. I think we'll take a chance and unflip that and see if maybe that other one is the light cruiser that lives in Cup A. Unless this is a half, then we'll probably just settle for it. Yeah, we'll settle for that. All right. TDC markers. We'll go ahead and put him on the target list. I don't think even with a +3, I'd probably go after one of those two, to be honest. And we'll try this one as well. All right. +1, +2, +2, -2. Come on. Don't do that to me. All right. Well, these are equal, so we might as well go for that one. 3 + 2 is 5, plus another 1 is 6. We're in 8, so we need a 2 or less. Oh, so close. So close. Double check my math. 3. 1 from the ASW makes 4. We're standard posture, so that is indeed a +2. Makes 6. Our attack is 7 + 1 is 8. And we did miss it by 1 again. All right, counterattack. Half rounds up to 1. 1 red box. 3 for the war period is 5. We have 4 defense, so they're going to be on the 1 to 2 row with no modifier. 4 is nothing. I think we slide over here just to minimize our risk. That way we only have to flip this one over. Do we risk going aggressive? Yeah, let's go aggressive. Okay. Okay, good. Another little baby one. And just out of curiosity, yeah, that was going to be another destroyer. All right. Just need 2 TDCs this time. That's all that's in range. That's a nice -2 or -3. Oh, come on. Ugh. Well, that becomes a 0. So he's 3 + 1 is 4. 1 from the ASW is 5. So now we need a 3 or less. So let's roll what we did last time again. Missed it by 1 again. I don't think that 3 would have been good enough anyway. 12. Yeah, it would have only damaged it. Oh man, these TDC markers are killing me. Oh wait, we get a +1, right? Or -1, I mean, because we were aggressive. So it actually did hit, but as I pointed out, the 3 becomes a 4, and for 12,000 tons, that is only a damage result. Okay, for the counterattack, it's going to be the same half. Rounds up to 1 red box, 3 for the war period, -4, 1 to 2 row. However, this time it's the re-attack round, and we went aggressive, so they get a +2. That's nothing. Endurance check will be a 6 or less since we went aggressive. Made it. And then we need to roll to see when the Nagitsu Maru will be out of repairs. So for 12,000 tons, run the second row. They're not going to be going long at all. 2 months. Okay, so they will be out of action for April and May and return in June. All right, let's go next to the Blackfish. Patrol move, transit event check, safe, search and contact, 4 and 5. Sparse, large convoy. 1, 2, 1, 1. All right, I think we're gonna try column B here. We'll go standard attack posture. Look over here first. We're gonna have to reveal them all anyway, but okay, destroyer. And we got the Suzuki. I have another destroyer. Oh boy, isn't looking very good. And it's the Nanohi. What am I doing? I guess I'm just assuming this is a destroyer. Yep, I was right. The Wakaba. All right. Well, this doesn't look fun. We got what, 6 ASW there, plus his 2, plus another 1, so he's an 8. So unless we get a negative, we might be looking at a no solution here. Okay. A 0 would also be valid solution. Oh, we got a +1. Great. So no shot on him because he's a 9 now. Let's see if we have a shot here. We can ignore his ASW rating, but he still gets the 4 from over here. So that's 6 + 4 is 10. -1 is 9. No shot. These are all going to be worse than that. So we have no valid solution, which means there's no counterattack at least. And I think our best bet here is to just slink away. So we need a 7 or less for our endurance check. And we got it. And we were in... why is the special mission zone marker there? I moved it up there by mistake. It should be the current operating area marker. Whoops. Knocked the camera all over the place, Tim. All right, next we're gonna bring down the steelhead. So transit event check, only a 9 matters. Nope. And search and contact. Ooh, 9-7. Gonna be high density, large convoy. 3321. Okay, you know what? This doesn't look that great over here. I'm just gonna go straight for column D. We'll go cautious posture. So we're flipping over all 3. Okay, nice. An auxiliary. And yes, we just have 1 left. That's not the Michael. So that is the Tsukushi Maru. And we've got a cruiser, which they do not have any of, so that just goes back. And another cruiser, which they don't have any of. All right, well, that worked out nicely. We'll do 2 cracks at this with no interference. Should have gone standard now. All right. -2. Very good. So 3 + 1 is 4, -2 is 2. We are an 8. So we need a 6 or less. Oh, come on. All right. Attempt number 2. I guess we'll switch to standard just because we can. Doesn't really make a difference. Ooh, there we go. -3. So we don't get the help from the re-attack bonus. But 3 + 1 -3 is going to be 1. So this time we need a 7 or less. Oh, come on, seriously? And that terrible roll on the white die too. Well, we'll let that one get away. 7 for our endurance check. Ooh, just made it. And then lastly, we have the Capelin coming down. That will probably be the last time we see the Coral Islands, other than passing through it to get to the Sea of Japan. All right, so transit event check. Safe. And search and contact. 2-5, just enough. Sparse, large convoy. So 1-2-1-1. All right, let's hope this turns out to be better than our last sparse large convoy. We're gonna try column B again. We'll go standard, I guess. starting off any better. Oh boy, it's the Hamanami. There we go. There we go. And so that was that light cruiser that lurks over there in column A. It is the Arare. We've seen that one very, very much. All right. Well, 5 ASW. Oh boy. It'll be fun. Alrighty. +2, -3. Nice. That is what we wanted to see. +2 and -1. Alright. So 2 + 5 is 7. -3 is 4. We're 8. So 4 or less. Dice are just not going my way here. Last few rolls. All right. Let's hope we got that high number out of our system. Because now we have a big counterattack. 5 + 1 + 3 is 9. We're 5 defense, so 3 to 4 row with no modifier. Ooh, that's not going to be great. I think it's just spotted though. Yeah. All right, no reattack. So 7 or less for our endurance check. Made it. And then 6 or less to lose our spotted marker. Yes. Okay. Why don't we over here and have the archer fish and the burr fish move up into the yellow sea. So it's getting kind of crowded up here. Open up that East China Sea op area for next turn. So they're going to have a transit event check with a +1. So 8 or 9. Safe. Search and contact. 7 and 4. It'll be moderate density, small convoy, sorry. Moderate density, small convoy. 3, 2, 1. All right, no solution here in column C because of a sea swell. I think we'll go here in B. That way we can slide over here to get away from this stuff if it turns out to be yucky. We'll go standard posture. Ooh, a carrier, sweet. Have one left. The Chiyoda. Oh no. Come to spoil the party. It's the Kurataki. So they get an immediate counterattack, hoping for a 5 or less. Ooh, 8 is terrible. That's damaged. And RTB. Well, so much for our chance at getting that carrier. That was a short trip to the LOC. Let's see if the burrfish fares any better. Transit event check. Safe and search and contact. 2-8. Ooh, just barely found something. Sparse task force, I think. Yeah, sparse task force. So that's going to be 1123. And I was disappointed to get this over here because that's where I'm planning on going. That one zigged away. We'll go cautious posture. Start with these two. Ooh, aircraft. At least it's only a half. And a combat event. Okay. One. Surface gunnery, I think. Yes, it is. So we'll see if we have any potential surface gunnery target. I guess we should probably flip this one then. Oh, that's another combat event, so it gets discarded without effect. And we have nothing to shoot at. So I assume that means there's no counterattack. Just like if we did have something to shoot at, but there was no, didn't have a valid solution. So I guess we'll try for the re-attack. We'll stay cautious. And it's a cruiser. So we found a whole lot of nothing. But this time, that aircraft had time enough to spot us apparently, even though we never fired a shot. And he will get to counterattack this time. So half rounds up to 1. There's 1 red box here, and 3 for the war period makes 5. It's shallow water, so we only get to subtract 4. So it's going to be the 1 to 2 row with +1 for re-attack, but -1 because we're cautious. And that's nothing. Okay, 7 for our endurance check. Come on. Neither one of them get to stay up there. After all that effort to get there. All right. Let's take a look here. So we've got, I don't think we want to put too much into the East China Sea. We're going to want these guys to come over there next turn. Yeah. I think what we'll do, so this doesn't have, so all 5 of these don't have congregating risk for their search and contact rolls. I think we'll move one of them out. Let's do the Sandlance. We're going to move them into the Empire Pacific. That will give a +1 to their transit event check because of the congregating risk. So 8 or 9. Ooh, mistake. 5-5, I think is okay. 5-5, yeah. All right, and then they'll do search and contact with a -1 because they've also got congregating risk in the Empire Pacific. So 4-0. Going to be sparse small convoy, so 2 and 1. Okay, we're going to set up in column A and go aggressive. Get another crack at the Tsukushi Maru. And an aircraft, great. All right. We've got 3 ASW. Makes him a 6. But we are aggressive, so it'll help us out. Effectively reduce their defense by 2 with the extra -1 on the TDC plus the die roll modifier. All right. Oh, what am I doing? They don't get 1. -1 and 0. All right, so this becomes a -2. There's a 6. -2 is a 4. Our 2-hit number is 4 because we're 8. And with our -1 modifier, we'll hit on a 5 or less. There we go. Finally got a hit. That's probably not enough though, is it? 2 becomes 3. They're 9,000 tons. Yep, it only damaged them. We're gonna have to take another whack at them. For the counter attack, 3 plus 1 plus 3 makes 7. -5 is 2. So 1 to 2 row with a +1. 3 is nothing. All right, so we'll stay aggressive. We'll try again. Their defense is now down to 2 because they're damaged. So they're a 5 now to start with. Doing it again. Let's put that one on there. -2 plus 3. Ooh. All right. So this becomes a -4 because it's a re-attack round and we're aggressive. Excuse me. They are a 5 because 3 -1 is 2 plus the 3 ASW. Minus the 4 from the TDC makes them a 1. We're an 8. So the 2-hit number is 7. With the die roll modifier, we hit on an 8 or less. There we go. So we finally sink something. The Sandlance. And that's the last of their auxiliaries other than the Michaels, which can only be encountered as a loner. So I think there's a special rule, though, for when the auxiliaries run out. I'll have to look that up. When the time arrives, the AS Tsukushi, is that it? Yeah, Tsukushi. 9,000 tons. All right, over to the pile of shame. And one ship is going to roll this over. And then this will go up to 9. Just about ready to roll over again. Whoops, I keep knocking the tripod on the camera with my other hand. All right. Then we have another counterattack. Again on the 1 to 2 row, but this time with a +2. Ooh, that's bad. 10 on the 1 to 2 row is damaged. All right. Guess we can just use this one. So for our endurance check, we went aggressive and we're damaged, so we need a 5 or less. We don't make it. Alrighty. So now I think we'll just go ahead and have these other 4 patrolling the Bonins. Not the greatest, but still slightly better than the Marianas. And way better than the North Pacific. Alright, so the Flasher, search and contact roll. Now that we moved that other sub out, there's no congregating risk. So 2-7 is not going to cut it. We need at least a 4. So they will need an 8 or less for their endurance check. Oh, they roll a 9. Wow. All right, let's try the Balau. They don't find anything either, so 8 or less for them. The Grouper. They find something. 7-1 is going to be moderate density small convoy. 3-2-1. Okay, let's try going column B here. I kind of want to see what this is over here. So, well, let's go. We're going to do standard attack posture. Need to state that first. Okay, it's a non-existent cruiser. That's 1. And we got 2. Let's see what it is. And we'll decide if we want to unflip. It's the Fuyo. I think we're fine with that. That's 2, 3, and 4. All right, good. Not great target-wise, but at least we didn't get a diligent escort. Okay, -2, +1, +0, and -3. All right, well, you are it. Maybe we can split here. Let's see what we got. So they've got total ASW of 1, so 2 + 1 is 3, -3 is 0, so he's going to be an 8. And then here we've got 1 + 1 is 2, plus another one for being over a column is 3. -2 is 1. So he is a 7. And if we want to try to go for both, We go, what, 4-3. That'll make them equal shots. So we're sending 3 less over here, which makes that a 4. That means this is also a 4. So 50% chance on each. And we'll do that. I think that's a 75% chance of at least getting one of them. All right, so we'll go for the armed merchant first. Needing a 4 left. Nope. And the unarmed merchant. Nope. Guess we should have just went for 1. We'd have got, well, the first roll, we'd have hit it, but wouldn't have done any damage in it. Well, we would have damaged it, I guess, even on a 0. But we didn't, so ended up missing both. I think we just stay where we are, and let's just go ahead and go aggressive. Only got 2 more to flip over. Neither of them can be diligence. Ooh, we got our light cruiser that we've been hoping for over there. There's 3 of them left, so I guess we'll roll for this. We'll use a D6 for this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the bottom one, which is the Noshiro. Ooh, nice. That's one of the heavier ones. And we have, oh, okay, well, now we get to find out, man, I wish that really was a 20,000 tonner. Now we find out what happens when there are no, I mean, I guess technically, see, that's kind of screwy there with the Michael. Because I guess technically they're not out, but we know we're going to draw the Michael, which then just gets put back. Is that how that works? Seems like you could invoke the oh yeah, well when you draw the Michael, it's returned to the pile and another is drawn in its place. So if there are no more, the Michael is still returned, no ship is drawn in its place, and any assigned TDC is lost. See, that's kind of goofy, because then that means this rule, let me find it here. This rule about auxiliary depletion will only kick in if you manage to destroy the Michael, which seems kind of goofy, because I have a feeling that probably very extremely rare case that ever happens. I mean, I'm talking probably 1% of games played. I've probably ever seen the Michael get destroyed, because you have to roll a loner, and then you have to, the ship that you pull has to be an auxiliary, and then you have to draw the Michael, which in this case obviously we would, but earlier in the game there's a pretty low chance of that happening too. So I might ask Brian about that one. That might be worthy of modifying this rule here to say for the Michael that if there are no more AX ships, then that other rule kicks in and you just leave the original auxiliary there, which I'm definitely in favor of here, that's for sure. But I guess we'll play it rules as written for now, which means that just goes away and nothing in its place. All right. -2, -2, and +1. Well, I think I really want to go after this guy. So let's see. He's gonna, that becomes a -2. So 4 + 1 is 5, +1 for being over a column is 6. -2 is 4. Makes the 2-hit number a 4, which means we hit on a 5 or less. Do I want to bother? I mean, I think this is going to be a guaranteed hit almost. 1 + 1 + 1 is 3. This is a -4 now, so yeah, it's a guaranteed hit, but no, I want to take a crack at the no shiro there. So we need a 5 or less. Dice hate me. All right. Another. Actually, did we do the counterattack? I don't think we did we? Oops. So our first counterattack should have been 1 + 1 + 3 is 5. -4 is 1. So it would have been on the 1 to 2 row, and at that time we were standard. So no modifier. So that's nothing on the 1 to 2 row. And now this time we're on the 1 to 2 row with a +2 because it's the re-attack round. Oh, that's bad. That's very bad. Ugh. 9 becomes 11, which is damaged RTB, and if the second die is a 7 through 9, it's actually sunk. And look at that. We finally roll big on the white die when we don't want to. So the grouper has been sunk. That puts us up to 76 sub-sunk. Wow. That's terrible. All right. Moving on. The runner. Search and contact. 5-1 is going to be a sparse small convoy, so 2 and 1. Okay, we'll set up in column A here. Tempted to go aggressive, but now I'm kind of gun shy. So let's just go standard. Oh, we got a light cruiser again. See which one we get this time. So again, 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. It's the middle one this time, so that's the Oyota. So we have to look. There's a special rule for them in the IJN rules, denoted by that little flag there. And it is beginning in March 45. Okay, well, we're not there yet. It can only be encountered in the Sea of Japan or the East China Sea. So yeah, we're fine. And then we have a gunboat and a destroyer. Let's see which one it is. As you can see, as you saw earlier, even if it's only 1 or a half ASW, it can still be deadly if you choose to go aggressive. This one is a 3. Yikes. The Hamanami again. Okay. +1 there. -1 there. -3. Perfect. All right. So he's a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. -3 is 5. And we're an 8. So we need a 3 or less. Come on, dice. Can you be kind to me now? No, they cannot. With emphasis. No. All right. Counterattack is 3. +1. +3 is 7. Or 4. So the 3 to 4 row. Come on. 8 on the 3 to 4 row is damaged. You know what? I'm calling it there. We're not gonna take another crack at that. So A rating, damaged. We need a 6 or less. We can stay out if we choose to, but I don't know that we will. All right. Why don't we go over here and see if our luck can turn around here with our super skipper. So we'll go to the North Philippine Sea next, our other ultra area. And we have 4 there already. I think we'll settle for. I don't want to. Already got some real crowding issues up here. I don't want to make more down here, I don't think. Andrews in the Tang. Let's see what they can find. 9-8. Ooh. High density task force. Which, again, still makes no sense to me. Is not as good as a moderate density task force. 1-2-2-4. Sorry, 2-3-3-5 because we're in an ultra area. I guess I should have pointed out my 9 was actually a 10 there with the +1, but it didn't matter. Okay, we got a couple of no solutions here. We know that's our evading one from Cup A. This one is Sea Swell again. We're going to go right for column D, as I'm sure you probably guessed. And it's been a while since I've had a super skipper out. So I want to refresh my memory on what all his +1 rating affects. Section on super skippers doesn't say. It would have been nice if we had a little summary of all the things they affected there, but we don't. There's not really room for it, unfortunately. So let's just look back at the combat procedure. I know we get to add +1 to our attack strength. And then I believe we also get to add +1 to our defense strength. For the counterattack. Yeah, super skipper for the defense and super skipper for the value. Where is it? Attacker's value. Here we go. Yep, Super Skipper bonus. Okay. So we're going to get a +2. So we're a 9 now instead of an 8. Thanks to Andrews. Oh, and then the other thing is we'll have the option to attempt a third reattack round. But I think you have to roll to see if you're able to. Or maybe not. Maybe I know Wolfpacks have to roll. Maybe with Super Skippers don't. We'll get to that if the need arises. All right, we're gonna go cautious. Deciding if I want to do these 3 or have this be one of them. I think we'll try looking at this first. Oh, it's a combat event. Okay. Could work to our advantage. Could work to our disadvantage. 5. Uh-oh. That's not like mechanical failure or something like that. Cui Favit Fortuno. Well, this could be this could be bad if we get a deadly division here. So 0 to 4, we get to treat all TDC markers as having negatives. Otherwise, they can potentially have multiple diligent escorts in the same column. And it is indeed odd because, as noted, the dice hate me today. All right, that's 1. 2, cruiser that doesn't exist, and 3. There we go. Their one and only carrier, the Chiyoda. Whew, okay, good. Let's does that last for the entire yes, all diligent escorts that are revealed after this event occurs in this and all subsequent rounds during this attack remain in play. So that lasts for the entire combat round. The perfect setup, unfortunately, only lasts for 1 round. Okay, let's get a good one here. Oh, come on. Wow. So they're a 6, we're a 9. We need a 3 or less. Hey, look at that. About time that the dice went my way. So the Tang gets the CV Chiyoda, 13,000 tons, which leaves them without any carriers again until they get some. I think they've got some being repaired, and yeah, I see at least one up there on the turn track waiting to be repaired, and I think they've got some new ones coming in the weeks ahead. Months ahead, I guess I should say. All right, so that goes to the pile of shame. And another ship and 13,000 tons. So this will go up for the 10 in 13, and then 1, 2, 3, and it'll go up again, which knocks this up. So we're now at 591 ships sunk, totaling 2,702,000 tons. There is no counterattack. Yeah, I think we stick around. Just hope these aren't too diligent escorts. We'll stay cautious. There's a destroyer. Let's see what it is and decide if we want to unflip it. Yeah. Turning out to be not such a great decision. At least that one's only a 1. The Akabono. Sorry, I forgot to say this one's name. That was the Amagiri. Okay, we gotta flip both of these over. Another destroyer. It's gonna be a whole pack of destroyers, isn't it? That's the Sagiri. Yes, it is. Should have settled for your carrier. The Usugumo. Well, let's see if we can take one of them down. Okay. 0 minus 2, that might be a possibility. -1, -1. So these are equivalent since this is over a column. Might as well just go for this one. It's actually a -2 because it's a reattack round. So 6 plus 3 ASW is 9. -2 is 7. We are a 9. 7 plus 1 for a torpedo value, plus 1 for Andrews. So a 2 or less is what we need. I just rolled a 2-9. Let's see if we can do it again. Nope. They're back to hating me. All right, for the counterattack then, we're looking at 3. Plus 1 plus 3 is 7. We have a defense of 6, thanks to Andrews. Excuse me, so they're on the 1 to 2 row. And -1 for cautious, plus 1 for reattack. So 1 to 2 row, straight roll. 3 is nothing. All right, now we're not going to do it, but just so I know and you know, because we have a super skipper, a second reattack may only occur if the player has a super skipper on the submarine and rolls equal to or less than the super skipper's rating. Oh, wow. So you actually have to roll a 1 or less to get that bonus reattack. I was thinking it was the you did have to roll, I thought it was going to be on the submarine tactical rating, but it's his super skipper rating. So if he's a +1, you got to roll a 1 or less. If he's a +2, you got to roll a 2 or less. So that's probably pretty rare that you get one. Okay, but we're not going to do that. So for our endurance check, we never went. Excuse me. We never went aggressive. So we just need a 7 or less. Come on. Can't even keep my super skipper out. All right. Next up, we have the Rock with a +1 to their search and contact roll. Ooh, that was a spinner. 6-3. Low, small convoy. So 2-2-1. Sorry, almost forgot again. 3-3-2. One, no solution, evading. Guess we'll just go column A here. Standard attack posture. Merchant, merchant, merchant. And armed merchant. That'll work. Okay. Let's see what we get. -1, -1. Hopefully we can do a split shot here. Yeah, I think so. -2 and +2. All right, so let's see what we want to do. So they have 1 ASW, so this is going to be 3 -1 is 2, so they're going to be a 6. This is going to be 2 -1 is 1, so they're a 7. And 2 -2 is 0, so they're an 8. I don't have enough dice to show that. So looks like probably split these two. So 8 and 7, so we'll want to do, to make them equal, we'll go 4 here and 3 here. Right? No. 4 on this one, because this is easier to hit. So 4 here, 3 here. So this is 3 fewer. So 7 -3 is 4. And then that means this one's also a 4. Because 8 -4 is 4. If I can find the 4 side. All right, so we'll do that. We'll go after the bigger one first. So we need a 4 or less. Oh yeah. So the Rock gets a 2,000-ton merchant. Go ahead and roll the other one. 4 or less for this as well. 2, I think that might just be enough. Yep, 2 becomes 3. So they also get a 1,000-ton merchant. 2 ships, 3,000 tons. Okay, we do have a counterattack. It's going to be half rounds up to 1. We have 1 red box, 3 for the war period. Is 5. We're not in shallow water, so -4 makes 1. 1 to 2 row with no modifiers. Ooh, that's pretty close. Just missed seeing us. All right. So I think now, do we risk going aggressive? Yeah, let's do it. Let's go aggressive. Stay where we're at. And we've got the Kuretake. Good. Their half will just merge with their half, and it's no more dangerous than it was. Other than it's the reattack round and we're aggressive, but that goes back into B. Excellent. And excellent. Maybe we can do another split shot here. All right, so these are both -4s now. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Let's see, we've got still just 1 ASW, so he's a 3, -4 is -1. So that's an auto hit. More than an auto hit, because we also have a -1 die roll modifier. So that's a 9 to hit. And then this one is the same, but it's 1 column over, so that'll be an 8 to hit. So when we split it, we'll send 4 here and 3 here. So that's 3 less, so this drops to a 5. Means this drops to a 5 because they were only 1 apart. And with our aggressive modifier, that means we'll hit each on a 6 or less. Let's go after the armed one first. 6 or less. Oh, just missed it. Man. And then the other one. Got that one. All right, so bag another 1,000 ton merchant. 3 ships, but nowhere close to 16,000 tons, so no super skipper for the rock. We'll rack up another single ship and 1 more 1,000 tons. Quite a pile there on 6. All right, counterattack. Still the same, so it'll still be the 1 to 2 row, but now they get a +2 modifier. Four becomes 6, which is nothing. And for our endurance check, we need a 6 or less, since we went aggressive. Got it. Excellent control there, Rock. Let's slip him under since he's staying. The other one's going. All right, next is the Grayling. Search and contact with a +1. 9-8. High density task force. 1, 2, 2, 4. And once again, I almost forgot about the extra ship in each column, so it's actually 2335. In fact, did I? I think I may have forgotten about that for the rock. Ugh. We may have to replay that, unfortunately. I'll go back and review, but I think, because what do we have? 321. What was that? A moderate small convoy should have been 432. Ugh. Yeah, that would have changed things quite a bit. I better check on, who's that other one? One with Andrews, the Tang. I think I may have remembered it for him, but I better double check that one too. All right, get your head in the game here, Tim. Evading in column A, and whoops, zigged away in column D. I'm tempted to go column D, but the problem is the Grayling's only a T. 6 attack and only 3 defense. Yeah, let's do it anyway. We'll go cautious posture. Let's see what this one is. Ooh, nice. And they still, oh no, not tonight. Oh, I need to ask, I forgot to ask Brian about that. We're down to just the Michael left in the auxiliary pool, which means anytime we draw an auxiliary, what was it again? If there's nothing to replace it. So if it was completely empty, we would just use the counter that we flipped. But because it's technically not empty because the Michael's still in there, we, with the Michael, return to the pile, another AX ship is drawn in place. If there are no more, the Michael is still returned, no ship is drawn, and any assigned TDC is lost. So yeah, we basically just lose a flip. Which, not real keen on that. I think that should be, if none is present, then see the other section on treat it as if it was empty and just leave the thing there. All right. So we got 2 more flips left. Well, again, same thing, just gone. And, ooh, the Musashi. Can we find the Musashi in the North Philippine Sea? Let's have a look, see. It's going to be in our IJN special rules. Yamato class, 43 and 44. East China Sea, South China Sea, North Philippine Sea. There we go. Not sure the Grayling. Maybe if we get a -3, do we have a chance? No, even with a -3, 11 defense. It's only going to take it down to an 8. Where's the Musashi? There they are. So, well, we'll go through the motions. Well, it means we're going to have to target something else, which will probably end up being nasty. I think we'll go here. They do have a tactical rating of 4 still, so. I guess these 2 red balls over here. That's a shame. +1, +2. Who's going to tease me and give me a -3, I thought. Wow, we got a whole lot of ugly here. Unfortunately, we have to assume these are -1s, so I guess we'll try here. Or 1 defense, I mean. So assuming he's a 1 defense, and we're a 7. That means we could theoretically hit it on a 6. Let's see what it actually is. Oh, it's the Issei. And let's see, are we allowed to find? Yeah, the North Philippine Sea has the little battleship icon on it for War Period 3 only, so we are allowed to encounter this one here. Well, at least he's an 8 and not a 9 like the base game counter shows. Still think he's out of range. Yep, 8, and we're only a 7. If this had been better, we'd at least had a shot at him. So no shot. There's no counterattack. Do we want to stick around and try again? We're going to have to reveal all 3 of these. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Maybe we'll get lucky and have something good to shoot at over here too. So we'll stay cautious. Okay, that's a potential target. That's a potential target. I got 3 of those, so we'll do the D6 divided by 2. 5 is going to be this one, the Noshiro. Goes into cup C, and then last but not least, oh yeah, nice. Very nice. Well, I mean, even though with our, well, no, even with the -1, because that wouldn't apply to the, if it was a -3. So we've got no chance at the Musashi, so I'm not even going to bother targeting that. Everything else is within the realm of possibility, though, depending on what we get for a TDC. Gonna tempt me over here, huh? This is now a -2, so he's only a 6, so we could hit him on a 1. Here we're looking at, we still got no ASW, so 2, 3 plus 1 is 4, so he's a 3. Remember, we're 6 plus 1 because of the torpedo value. Here we got 4 plus 1 is 5 minus 2, because it's a re-attack round. Makes him a 3. So that's a 4. And then 2 plus 1 is 3. This is a -1, so he's a 2. So that's a 5. So 3, 4, 5 over here. Or a 1. Wow. I'd really like to go after that thing. But I think the smart play is the Noshiro. If I roll a 1, 9, I'm going to be so disappointed if I don't try this. Oh, man. Yeah, you know what? How often do you get a shot at those? Let's try it. Going after the Issei. Come on, dice. No. Well, the only one we would have gotten, which we probably weren't going to target, would have been this guy. This would have been my choice if we didn't take that risk. So, I'm happy to have had at least an attempt at it. Okay, so no counterattack again. So for our endurance check, needs a B rating, so we're going to need a 6 or less. And we got it. All right, give me a sec here. I'm going to go review those previous two resolutions, and I'm almost certain we goofed up the rock. We may have goofed up the other one too, so I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I did get both of those right. I forgot and then caught myself on both of them, which I'm very glad I got the Tang right, because they sunk the CV Chiyoda. Wouldn't want to have had to redo that one. All right, so last but not least here for this area is the whale. Search in contact with a +1. 9-4 will be high density, small convoy. +1 makes 4-3-3. All right, column B looks pretty good. Let's go standard attack posture. I would like to see what these two are. Okay. And okay. And then let's go top. Oh, no. Not that. Can't unflip it. We're standard, so we can't nullify it either. It's the Asashimo. They're a 5. Come to spoil our fun. Instant diligent escort counterattack. 0, nice. All right, one more. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's do the bottom one. And it's an auxiliary, which again just has to go away. Really do not like that. Yeah, so see if we can get something down here at least before we skedaddle. Go these two, I guess. I mean, we can kind of safely go here, right? Because even if that ends up being a diligent escort, it'll just go away. You can't have two in the same column unless you have the deadly division event active. And then let's go for over here. All right, looks like you are our man. 2 plus 5 is 7, plus 1 for being over a column is 8. Minus 2 is 6. So we can hit on a 2 or less. No, wow. All right, see if we can survive this counterattack and then boogie on out of here. 5 plus 1 plus 3 is 9. We got 4 defense. We'll be on the 5 to 6 row with no modifier. Roll low, please. Yes. 1 is nothing. Everywhere except for 8 plus. All right, endurance check, 7 or less. Ooh, just made it. We'll do it for the North Philippine Sea. Let's move over to the South China Sea 1. We've got 4 there. Again, we don't want to move anything up into there because we need to reserve that so we can unclog everything over here, I think. Although, well, what do we got here? We got 4 in there. I guess technically we don't really have to send anybody out of there. We would like to get these 2, I think. Well, he's probably going back, so just the 1. We'd like to get into there. So I guess technically we could just send one of these down. Give us room for 3 more in there. Who would we want to send up there, though? Probably just the darter. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. We'll send the darter into here. Transit event check, only a 9. Huh, we get a 9. 7-1 should be fine. And then search and contact. 6-0. It's going to be low density small convoy. 221. All right. I think we're going to start here in C. Just so we can move away if this turns out to be something really nasty. We'll go standard attack posture. Okay. That just goes away. All right, good deal. Excuse me. Roll to see which light cruiser it is. D6 divided by 2. 6 will be the bottom one, which is the Nashiro again. All right. So we need some TDC markers. -3 and 0. All right, so 1 + 1 is 2. -3 makes him a -1, so that's a guaranteed hit on a 9 or less. And then this one is going to be 4 + 1 is 5. Nothing from the TDC, so that's going to be a 3 or less. I think we just go after this one for now, and then we'll try to get this in the re-attack round. So guaranteed hit, just need to get, what do we need, a 2? At least a 2 to sink it. Anything will damage it. And we got it. So the darter gets a 2,000-ton merchant. Record that. One ship, 2,000 tons. No counterattack. We'll stay where we're at. We'll switch to aggressive. I hope we can get a good TDC pull here. Nope. Does become a -1 though, so we've got 4, 5, -1 is back to 4. So the 2-hit number is a 4. With our aggressive modifier, we'll hit on a 5 or less. Hit, but a 2 becomes a 3, which at 9,000 tons is only enough to damage it. Just needed it to be 1 higher than that. All right, for our endurance check then, we did go aggressive, so we're going to need a 6 or less. Nope, missed that by 1 as well. We'll need to roll to see how long this ship will be in repair. $9,000 tons, so we're on the second row. Four is going to be 4 months. So 1, 2, 3, 4 back in August. All right. I believe I said that was the only one we were going to send up there. So let's go ahead and shift back here to the South China Sea 1 and the Seal. $3.5. Going to be a sparse large convoy. 1211. Okay. Seal, we've only got 5 attacks, so thinking maybe we just go over here in column A. Standard attack posture. Boy. Got the Suzukaze. He becomes a 5. Immediate diligent escort counterattack. And 9 sinks us. Great. So the Seal has been sunk. It's up to 77. All right. How about the Snapper? 8-3. It's going to be moderate density, small convoy. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're going to go in column A again. I think this time we'll go cautious, so we just have to flip over these 3. Combat event. 8. 8 is counterattack. So we don't get to make an attack. Great. There will only be a counterattack, if there is one at all. Let's see what that is. Oh, the Hamanami. I think we'll unflip that one and flip this instead. And another destroyer. Yeah, when you're playing with the IJN expansion, these DEs don't really factor in, I guess, or I don't know what the right wording is, but basically it just adds an additional chance of pulling a destroyer from that column. The actual DEs in the IJN mix don't even come in until later. And then it's only if you happen to pull one of them. Okay, so it's the Shikinami, slightly less lethal. So we can't attack, they counterattack with 2 plus 1 plus 3 is 6. We have 2 defense, so they're on the excuse me, the 3 to 4 row. -1 because we're cautious. So 2 is nothing. And I think we're just gonna get out of here. So B rating means we need a 6 or less. Wow, things are starting to turn for the worse here toward the end of this turn. All right, then we've got the Porpoise, Search and Contact. 2-8 is going to be a whole lot of nothing. So they're a C rating, which means they'll need a 6 or less since they didn't find anything. Ooh, just made it. All right, just a few here to finish things off. I guess we might as well move these guys up into here. So we'll do a patrol move with the skipjack. He's safe. Search and Contact is a 6-7, which is low density, large convoy. 2211. All right, I think we'll just stick over here in column A. Cautious posture. Wow. The Arare. Let's unflip it. Maybe we'll get lucky. Nope. These will all end up being destroyers. The Yamakaze. I'm gonna flip the last 2. Yep, there's another one. The Sagiri. And oh look, a diligent. And it's the Inazuma. Now we do get to at least try to neuter him since we're cautious. So he's a 4, so we need to roll higher than a 4. And we do not. We just rolled a 4. I'm pretty sure it's greater than, not greater than or equal to. Let's see. Cautious posture. Yeah, it has to be greater than. All right, so he will get his immediate counterattack. And it's a 7. Now that is -1 because we're cautious. Actually, ooh, was the seal cautious? Maybe he didn't get sunk. I'm pretty sure. Actually, does that apply? I don't think that applies to the diligence, actually, now that I think about it. Because it says -1 DRM from the non-diligent escort counterattack die roll. And then for diligent escorts, it's completely separate. So yeah, the cautious posture doesn't affect the diligent escort roll. So yeah, 7 is going to be damaged. Great. All right. Well, hopefully we'll have no valid shot here, which I think is probably pretty much guaranteed. The only potential snag could be, since we have to assume that one only has 1 defense, we may end up with a theoretical solution on him. Let's hope not. Ooh. I'd rather seen that +3 up there. All right, so they've got, this guy's a 4, 5, 6, 7 ASW. I think we might be okay. So certainly none of these are within the realm of possibilities. We assume this one has 1 defense. So 1 + 7 is 8. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. -2 is 6. We're a 6, so we can theoretically hit that on a 0. So we have to take the shot, but then we reveal it and see, oh, just kidding, I have 6 defense. So it's an automatic miss, but they still get to counterattack. Oh, man. All right, so now they're up to what? 9? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 + 1 + 3 is 13. We have 2 defense. Which means they're going to be on the 8+ row. We're damaged, so that gives them a +1, but then -1 for cautious. So we need them to roll a 3 or less. Otherwise, we're going to get damaged again or worse. Oh, thank goodness. All right. Definitely leaving. B rating, but we're damaged. So we need a 5 or less. And we get it, but I doubt that we'll stick around with that damage marker on us. All right, Haddo. Let's see what you can do in there. Transit event check, safe. Search and contacts, nothing. So, A rating, didn't find anything. 8 or less. Okay. And then our last sub on patrol is the Pike. We'll have him slide over to South China Sea 2. Actually, do we want to do that? That's shallow. He's only got 2 defense. Let's not do that. We'll leave him there. So search and contact. 7-8. It's going to be low density task force. 1, 2, 2, 3. This looks like it could be painful as well. Let's go. Let's get this back a little bit. I think we'll go in column B and go cautious. Okay, auxiliary just goes away. Ooh, 7,000 ton merchant. Let's hope this is the light cruiser. No. Need something small here. Not small. That's the opposite of small. The Hamanami. All right. We only get 2. Did I? Yeah. The porpoise earlier. I think he didn't find anything, right? I just realized I was about to mess up with their tactical rating again. It's only a 2. I think those are the only 2 we have left that are a tactical rating of 2. So I guess we'll go here, and I think we want to go here just so that we don't end up in a situation where we had before where we end up having to target that and then things go south. Well, yeah, that's not going to happen. 3, 6, 9. We're a 5, so no shot. And I think we just call it a day here. So C rating, he needs a 5 or less. Got it. Okay. Now, let's bring out our subs that are ready for C. We've got one up there at Fremantle. So let's see where we want them to go. Probably just up here into the South China Sea 2. No transit event checks needed. We've got 3 coming out of the Bushnell. And let's see, we've got 4 in there already. We've got 4 in there already. So I'm thinking maybe, what are these? A T. And 2 new S2s. I think we just send them over here as well. Okay, we got 1 out of the Fulton, a Belau class. So I'm thinking maybe we send them up into the East China Sea. Again, no transit check required. And then we have our Wolfpack coming out of Pearl Harbor. And we will send them, let's see. We'll send them up to the North Pacific, and we want to just let them patrol next turn in the Bonins. Probably flip them to patrol side. That's the Ray, the Gunnel, and the Robolo. So it should be a nice, all 3 Gatos, if we can get something going and keep them out for once. Maybe we can start racking up some Wolfpack experience. All right, that's it for the operations segment. So I think the only thing we have to do is remove our ultra markers and advance the date. Oops. It's going to put us into week 1 of April. So they're going to be getting the, excuse me, the Goshu Maru is back. So we do now have another auxiliary, at least if we find one of those. I am going to ask Brian about that, though, and suggest that we change that, the way that works when you're down to just the Michael. That's not very fun. All right. Well, let's see where we ended up then. We're at 595. So just about to roll over to 600 for ships sunk. 2,708,000 tons. 77 subs lost now. And our Wolfpack experience still hanging out at 6. We did manage to sink a decent number of ships this week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 ships sunk. Of note, we sunk the battleship Haruna and the carrier Chiyoda. So pretty good tonnage value that's going to end up being. Got a couple of 9,000 tonners in there as well. All right, so that's going to wrap things up for this episode. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.